Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is three-minute rounds in the Front Street Fights heavyweight division. Let me introduce to you first, standing and fighting out of the red corner, standing in at 6 feet tall, weighing in at 264 pounds. He is making his MMA debut, representing Sidekicks MMA from Nampa, Idaho. I give you Joshua Evans. And his opponent, out of the blue corner, he also stands in at an even 6 feet, weighing in at 245 pounds. He is also making his MMA debut tonight, representing Team Davis MMA from Idaho Falls, Idaho. I give you Eli Gawthorp. Our referee in charge of this bout is once again Mr. Chuck G.
All right, fans, here we go. A heavyweight bout. Josh Evans, Eli Gawthorp, Chuck G giving the final instructions, and we are just about ready to rock and roll with this one. All right, here we go. Eli Gawthorp, Joshua Evans. Both not wasting any time. You're seeing some knees, you're seeing some kicks.
Right to the clinch.
And almost looking like almost like Josh wants to take this one down to the ground. As they come right in front of us. A good left hand by Josh Evans there. Oh. Josh Evans going for the kick there, losing his balance there. Eli Gawthorp able to capitalize on that one just a bit.
Nice, good left hands for these big guys. They're kind of striking. They're a little bit frantic. You know, that's normal just for any weight class. But now you got a little clinch, double underhooks from Josh right here. So let's see if Josh can do anything with these double. Let it go. Eli's doing a good job of keeping the pressure and kind of taking distance away. That takes away some of the power by stepping closer instead of pulling away. Oh, we got some blood going on.
Josh Evans wanting to get a kick program in there just a little bit tonight.
Yeah, Josh is turning his head a lot when he's throwing these strikes. He needs to keep his chin down. Nice kick from Eli.
Eli's not backing down from those kicks either.
You see Josh he's starting to paw, what I call paw those jabs. You know, he'll set that jab out and then he'll pull it down to his hips slowly. And that's not a good sign. That means fatigue usually, or bad technique. In this case, probably fatigue.
All right, we were coming up on 90 seconds left in round number 1 of this fight. Of course, all amateur fights tonight are scheduled for three-minute rounds as Eli backs Josh pretty hard into that cage, trying to use it as leverage once again.
Yeah, Eli's pushing, doing a good job keeping that clinch. He's trying to go for a throw right now. It's not
doesn't work out for either of them.
Technique to do like that. That should be done more in the open, not against the cage. But you know, good points for
Eli
trying.
Again backing Josh into that cage. Couple of knees there from from Josh.
Eli's planting some good shots, some dirty boxing. Josh can't turn away. You know, he walks away. It's kind of like you develop that habit from sparring in the gym.
And Eli's capitalizing on this right now. He's not letting this go. He's down to one knee. He calls it. He calls it, ladies and gentlemen. Eli Gawthorp with the victory. Another ref stoppage.
TKO.
And you saw there maybe conditioning playing a part, but again, it's those little mistakes and the fighters being able to capitalize it. As you mentioned, Josh kind of turning his back, not a wise move. Eli very smart and pouncing right on that, not letting that opportunity to get away from him tonight.
Yeah, a lot of times that turning your back, like I was talking about, sometimes that you know, half the time that's from poor technique, and the other half is because, you know, when you're sparring your friends and you're getting punched in the face, you get rocked real good, you kind of walk away and then you kind of come back to it. You know, and you develop those habits, and then you do it in the fight. That's not good. But like I said, you know, called it, you know, TKO, KOs pretty early with heavyweights.
And one thing I like tonight is, and again, you almost kind of it goes a little bit more to boxing where they're just going to sit there and throw the air program where they're going back and forth with the punches. Both of them trying to work in a little ground game, as you saw Eli went for that takedown on Josh, and of course Josh went for a couple of leg kicks as well. Again, young fighters, you can definitely tell there's a lot to them, a lot more expanding they can do with their technique.
Well, I like the promise out of Eli. You know, jury's still out for me with Josh, but But Eli, you know, he looks like a young kid, and you know, I call him kid, but young man. He looks like a young man that's got some promise, especially in the heavyweight division, which is pretty sparse. So, you know, I'd like to see him again and see if we can get him with a guy that kind of comes with a little bit more technique and a little bit more in shape. So that'd be good.
All right, well, let's head back in the cage. Let's make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for both these young men right here making their MMA debuts in front of you tonight. And we have a winner by referee stoppage. Referee Chuck G stops this bout at 2 minutes and 7 seconds of the first round. And our winner, improving his record to 1-0, is Eli Gawthorp.